Hi, it's your astrological forecast for Wednesday, May the 26th. My name is Kat. You're watching the Soul Sister channel, and today we will be chatting about a full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. But before we get started, let's do what we always do by becoming balanced and aligned and connected to our higher self by taking our 3 deep cleansing breaths. Let's take the first one. On this first deep cleansing breath, we're releasing all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our physical etheric bodies. Second breath. On this second breath, we're releasing all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our emotional astral bodies. Third breath. On this third breath, we're releasing all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our mental body, both higher and lower. We see all the negativity, all the darkness, all the toxicity leaving our bodies, flowing out and going to wherever it came from. And in its place, we're being filled with this beautiful white light. And this white light is made up of white light, love, and the will to good. And this white light goes out and forms a protective bubble around us. This bubble is deflecting all evil, low vibration, and negativity back to its source. Now, while we're in this space of white light, I want to say thank you to Kitsune Beauty for reminding me about our mantra for Gemini. So while we're sitting in this space of white light today, I want us, because we are in this energy of getting in touch with our higher self, not only with the Gemini energy, the Sun and Gemini energy, but also with the Jupiter and Pisces energy. Our mantra for Gemini is going to be, I am connected to my higher self. I forgot what it is. I am connected with my higher self. Together we create the life I want. There it is. I am connected with my higher self. Together we create the life I want. Now let's sit in that space and let's say that mantra together just for 5 seconds so that we can start getting aligned and getting in touch with and relating with our higher self. So let's say it together, sitting in this beautiful white light. I am connected with my higher self. Together we create the life I want. 4, 3, 2, 1. Wonderful, wonderful. A great place to start building that relationship with our higher self. And as I said at the beginning of the video, today's energy is very big. We have a full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius today. Let's talk about what an eclipse is. An eclipse is when the Earth's shadow hides the moon. So for a minute, we won't see the moon at all, right? As the Earth hides it. And what it means for us, the eclipse, is uncovering what we've been doing so far this year, uncovering unresolved issues. So we have, this is really a potent supermoon, a very potent energy, and also, I would say unfortunately, but it never is unfortunate. It is an opportunity for growth. We have, with this lunar eclipse, a T-square that we've talked about before on this channel. A T-square is set up during this lunar eclipse between the moon in Sagittarius and the sun in Gemini. They are 180 degrees apart. That 180 degrees is all about balance. And it's being cut right down the middle by Jupiter in Pisces. So What we are being asked to do, the energy of this lunar eclipse, is about reviewing our beliefs. What about our beliefs and value no longer work for us? What have we outgrown? What are we going to replace those beliefs with? So we have the moon and Jupiter asking, what is it have we outgrown? What part of our lives that no longer reflects our values, reflects our beliefs? And then over here we have the sun and Jupiter asking, well, what are you going to do about that? How are we going to balance that again? So that is the question of this energy of this lunar eclipse. And guess who's right here at the bottom? Jupiter and Pisces, our connection with our higher self. So it's our connection with our higher self that not only is going to help us objectively figure out where we are with our beliefs and our values in our life and what needs to be balanced, but our higher self will also help us find a new path, a new direction. So it's very, very difficult energy of this lunar eclipse that we're working with today. Very important though, and very potent if we do the work of reviewing that what is not working in our lives, what in our lives does not reflect who we are anymore. Those parts of our lives are causing us pain and angst. So that's a good clue of where we can look. We can begin to look of where we're out of whack. And then by connecting with our higher self, by doing those 3 deep cleansing breaths and sitting in that space. I know we did it for 5 seconds today, but sit in it for 5 minutes and say, I am connected with my higher self. With my higher self, together we build the life I want. That's how we can start looking at this energy and then moving this energy forward to better reflect us and our values and making us feel better about ourselves. So that is the energy. Now, going along with that energy, that's the big news for us. We also want to look and see how this energy affects us in our individual charts. On this channel, we look at how energy affects all of us, but to get more determination and more refinement of how that energy works in our lives, we want to compare that to our individual charts. So, along with the energy of this T-square, we also have Venus in some very uncomfortable relationships, which means what this looks like to us as we go out there into the world with this energy is that it's going to create more suspicion, more frustration, and more deceit. Because the Sagittarian energy, that moon in Sagittarius, it's all about our beliefs, but it can also be thinking that we're above the law and the ends justify the means, you know what I mean? So we don't have to follow the rules because we know we're right and the end it'll all work out. But that is how people are coming at us this week. And we need to be really careful, like I said in Sunday, and I keep saying, that people are using manipulation and control to deceive us, and they won't have any problem feeling that they are justified in that because they feel that whatever their end game in, let me try that one more time, end game is, will justify any action they take, whether that action is appropriate or not. So we need to pay attention to that. And today, as we move through the day, be very aware of anywhere that in our lives we are feeling uncomfortable, frustrated, disappointed. That is our clue of where we need to go to review our beliefs, our values, and how we're going to bring those parts of ourselves back into balance. And little hint, by working with our higher selves, developing that relationship, we'll be able to find a new direction. We'll be able to find how to bring those parts of ourselves back into balance. Trust me, I know. I've been doing it for 25 years. That's why I'm here telling you. If it didn't work for me, I wouldn't be sharing it for you. But it does take commitment. It does take discipline of building that relationship with our higher selves. Now, let's see what our advice is today to help us on this lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. Cleansing waters. Let me try using the right hand here. How are we doing this? There we go. Cleansing waters. This is what we're talking about as we review those parts of ourselves that are out of balance, that are unhealthy, that need to be healed. Those parts are coming up for us today and the next couple of days, especially very intensely. So we will be able to look at those parts of our lives parts of our lives that need to be healed. Answering the call. You know, we are being called to stick up for our beliefs and our values. No longer are we going to compromise who we are and our values just to fit in, just to play nice in the sandbox. That time has come and gone. It is now time for us to stick up for what we believe and to create a life that reflects those beliefs and values. Narrow pathway. Narrow pathway. Well, you know, it is a very narrow pathway. We have all these ideals, all these attitudes, all these beliefs. But for us personally, it's a narrow pathway. We can't compromise. We can't continue to compromise ourselves and then rationalize it that, oh, it's okay because it works out best for everyone that way. That's part of the answer. We want to try to help to have it work out for everyone, but we can't compromise ourselves to have that happen. You fail the test if we do it that way. So even though it's a narrow pathway, with our connection with our higher self, we can navigate through it. We can create a life that more reflects who we've become and how we've grown. And that will open up a whole new opportunities, vistas, and boy, it'll bring us so much more happiness and joy. But we got to do the work. So today, let's remember to do our work. Let's get down and dirty on anything in our lives that we need to align and heal. We've got old Pluto out there, retrograde, digging it up. We got Saturn tearing down foundations that aren't working. And now we have a beautiful lunar eclipse with a T-square helping us too. So believe me, if we're not doing our work with these issues, we're going to get some help, and then it's going to be taken out of our hands, and we're not going to have the control that we would have liked to have had. So do the work today. Stay out of the fray. Don't let anyone else's issues affect us. They're just distractions, especially if someone's trying to sell us something that sounds too good to be true. If they're trying to deceive us, remember that energy is out there today. Make it a good day. Remember, be good to ourselves. Be kind to everyone else. Come from love, abundance, and gratitude. Remember, everyone, life is lived from the inside out. Namaste. Happy lunar eclipse.